Hello, everyone. I'm Christian, and today I'm talking to Andy and Marshall, who are both members of the class of 2021, and their experience biking up Mount Baldy. What was it like, generally speaking, like the ride? Because I know you guys have talked about this a lot with me.
It was very nice.
Very nice, yeah.
So basically, after like halfway up the mountain, so there's cars all the way backed up because the the authorities are making them put on chains. So the cars are trying to get up to the snow, but it's like impossible to get up because there's so many cars and none of them came prepared. So going up the mountain, we're just working our way around the cars constantly until we pass the checkpoint where they're putting on chains and the police just let us go through
Yeah.
because I mean, okay, they're on bikes. So after a certain point, we had the entire road for ourselves, and that's where we were able to take the really awesome pictures.
Yeah, so it was basically like after a certain point, it just becomes like a biker's paradise, like a cyclist's paradise. Like you can go wherever you want on the road, and it's just like a really nice ride.
Oh, absolutely. It was probably the closest you could get to a closed road scenario, and
Nice.
without like participating in a race.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What'd you guys kind of do to prepare for this trip? Because I know you guys like all have like your guys' equipment and stuff. We've been talking about this for a while, but like, was there anything different that you guys did?
No.
No, we
Just
just kind of like
standard
we just
water
kind of like
bottles, your outfit, your cycling like outfits and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, we didn't really do anything.
we just like woke up in the morning or like, all right, we're gonna go at 11, and then like we just kind of we just
Hmm.
left. I mean, the only thing that I changed was that I have these like track pants that like go like cover all of my legs that I used to use for track and cross country
Yeah.
that I put on just because I knew it was gonna be cold.
Oh
And
yeah.
I
What was the weather like on that day? Like, what like temperature were you guys biking at?
It was cold, but especially near the top. But you can see the sun. Like the sun is keeping you warm, and it's not like riding up to the village. It's mostly exposed to the sun,
So
so
it wasn't that
it
bad.
was quite pleasant.
Yeah.
yeah,
Also,
it
you're
was
keeping
very good.
yourself warm, just by nature of exercise.
Gotcha. What was like the traction like? Did you guys use any like, did you get different tires for this? Cause like, obviously it's probably a little bit slick, maybe even icy at times.
We didn't change anything. We just went with our normal tires.
Oh, so it wasn't really big of an issue.
Well, it turned into an issue towards the top because there was a lot of
Yeah.
they hadn't cleared out the roads yet because the storm had happened just the day before. So we kind of had to take like really intricate lines to try to like avoid the snow that was on the road, and sometimes we had to walk the bikes.
Mm-hmm.
So, but going over water, like because the snow was melting,
Yeah.
but biking over water, just like running water that's like not too much, is fine with the bikes we have.
Gotcha. What was your pacing like on this? Because I know this is like obviously a challenge. You guys have been like kind of prepping for this for a while, like just trying to build endurance for this.
See, the thing with riding uphill is like it's not challenging until it gets to a certain point. Because as long as you have the right gears, you can just keep going as slow as you want. But if you go too slow, then it gets to the point where you have to like um, put in more effort just so you can maintain enough speed to stay upright.
Yeah.
Otherwise, your bike will tip over. And in previous times, I'd done this ride a few times before. Previous times, I had like struggled with pacing. Just like going full gas all the way up to the top. And I think part of that was because I was so scared of the cars going around us, going around me, and that I wanted to maintain as straight of a line as possible. So I felt obligated to um, push myself to the limit. But this ride felt remarkably easy. Like there were no cars, so I felt okay. I can
And
take this whole road, so I don't have to go as fast.
Gotcha.
and when there are cars, they're not moving; they're just standing still. So it's very easy to just kind of move your way around the cars. So
Mm-hmm.
there's no chance of a car like coming up fast behind you because people take Baldy Road very recklessly going up and down in a
Yeah.
normal setting. And I had never done the ride before, so it was my first time. And I found it remarkably easy as well. I thought it was going to be way more difficult.
Mhm.
But when I do it again, and it's not like there's not much like a parade of cars trying to go up, it probably will be a bit harder because you do have to. You can't like weave your way through the entirety of the road. You don't own the road when there's not like when the road is like closed when the road isn't closed off.
Mhm.
So and you have to like stay on the right side of the road, which means you have to take a straight line up, and taking a straight line up a steep hill is always harder than kind of weaving back and forth left and right.
Yeah, and obviously, like disclaimer, like this isn't necessarily like an easy ride. That you guys have experience cycling. You guys have been doing it for a while. You guys are endurance athletes to begin with. So, would you say that's also like kind of
Yeah,
why you
yeah,
guys
but
just?
also it's like, um, yeah, we've only been cycling for a few months.
Yeah, but
It's
you guys have been doing cross country, even track for like for
Yeah,
most of
that
your time
definitely
at
plays a
Webb.
role.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're definitely fitter than the average person, but it's like it only took us a few months to get here.
Yeah.
So
Then yeah, if we can talk about those two photos of you guys standing next to Smokey the Bear right there. I, you guys were talking to me about it a little bit earlier, but like kind of like the symbolism there, like or what it kind of means for you guys, or like I guess for other cyclists.
it's the Smokey the Bear and the fire danger sign is pretty famous. Um,
Hmm.
so if you want to have the proof that you were there, that you made it up the hill, that you made it up the mountain, then you kind of just take a photo in front of it.
Gotcha.
Um, in our case, we kind of just wanted to do it because it was pretty and it was snowing and it
Yeah.
looked beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we were at that specific spot where the Smokey the Bear is,
Hmm.
um, I think it must have been wind, but the all the snow on the trees was like falling off, and it was like falling on us, so it felt like it was snowing, and it was really cool.
Oh, really? That is cool. What was like the distance more or less for this ride?
It's 9 miles up and 9 miles down.
Do you know like the elevation gain?
The elevation gain was, let me check. It was 2,560.
160. All right. Yeah, that
So
is.
that's 2,560 over the course of 9 miles.
Gotcha. Oh, and I actually pulled up the temperature. You guys were going up at like 50 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, it wasn't that cold. Well, that was the temperature at my house when I started recording it. So it gets
Oh, gotcha.
colder as you go up elevation, obviously.
Hmm. And did you
If
guys
you
have any difficulties? I was gonna ask, like, with the wind up there. It wasn't that windy of a day, from what I remember, but like, did that ever become an issue?
No, it wasn't
No,
that.
no, it wasn't very windy.
Yeah.
Um, the thing that was annoying when you got to the top was there's a lot of trees, and the trees have snow in their branches, and then as the snow melts, it kind of drips on you. Um, and so like we didn't get wet until we got to the top where you can see the snow in the trees. It starts to melt, and then we got wet. So as we were taking that photo next to Smokey the Bear, we were kind of in a rush because we didn't. We were that was when we kind of got a bit cold.
Yeah, and you guys obviously didn't want to get wet or sick because you were biking, it was freezing.
If you
Um,
go to my Strava, you can see a photo of the cars of the traffic
a
near
photo
the
of the
base of the
cars in
climb.
traffic. You. Oh, yeah, yeah. Uh, yeah, that's
No,
actually
to the
kind of.
left. You missed it.
Oh, yeah. How many miles would you say? Was it like maybe a mile of cars?
Um, well, a few miles for sure.
A few
If
miles
you're
of
It was
cars.
familiar with
like
the climb, once we passed the second tunnel going up, um, that was about where the police checkpoint was.
Okay, gotcha. And what was that descent down like?
Um,
Because it
it
was already cold to
was
begin with. Did you guys
it
like
was yeah,
feel?
it was definitely a lot scarier than other times I've descended the mountain, but uh, we made it down.
Made it down. Okay.
Yeah. The as far as Baldy Road past Shin Road, which is the where like the climb really starts, where Andy and I met up.
Mhm.
Um, the the uh, the descent was scary, especially at near the top because of all the water that was all the snow that was melting, and also there's all the cars on the other side of the road, and sometimes there are a couple cars coming down our side, so we have to like pull over and make sure that they can go through. But
Okay, so
yeah,
there's like a little bit of caution there.
yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's kind of all I wanted to ask you guys. Thanks a lot for talking about your guys' ride. Yeah,
From
yeah.
from